to my channel. My name is Sunny, and in today's video we are going to learn how can we call REST GET APIs using services in Angular. So whether you are building a simple app or a complex application, mastering API calls is very crucial. So let's start out. So we already have understood what is API. So APIs are nothing. They are like application programming interface, allows two applications to communicate with each other. In our case, we are going to call a RESTful API to fetch data and display it at our Angular application. So before making API calls, we have to set Angular environment to support HTTP request. So we have already did that, and in our case, we are following we are making this application in Angular 19. So we had already imported HTTP client module. So let me show you where we have did it. We should have app config file somewhere. This is yeah, this file. So in this file, if you are seeing line number 10, this is how we can import HTTP client in our Angular application in Angular 19. In line number 6, we imported provide HTTP client from Angular HTTP, Angular common HTTP, and in line number 10, we declared it. Next thing is we have to create a service. So in our case, I have already made user service which we will be uh, using to understand the concept. Now look on this service, we are going to follow the example, and after that we will be using the service in our component. With the help of observables, we will call the function in our component, and then set the data, and with the help of binding we are going to display the data in our template file. So let's try out, and for displaying in the template we are going to use bootstrap as well. So first thing is, in the user service, our first task is to uh, declare a constructor like this. I have already done it. So I'm just going to put it in line number after this change username, so that for this tutorial sequence remains. So what I did here, in the constructor, I provided a dependency private HTTP client, and this HTTP client has been imported from Angular common HTTP. Next thing is, we have to declare the API URL from where we are going to display the data. So in our case, I am going to use this sample. So it provides us the sample data for a displaying. Here I declared this one. Next thing is, I created a function or a method uh, with the help of a observable get user colon observable, and this is the interface which we are going to assign, and then return this dot http client get. We pass this interface and this API URL. Okay, so in our case, we will be creating an interface which matches this JSON structure. So let's try out terminal, and we are going to use the command for it. So nggi for interface, and let's put it in services. I'm going to use services, then interfaces, and let's make it user. So inside services, I have created this user.ts. So I will make it a iUser, and I need only this part. So I'm not going to use everything here. In fact, I have already done the created a sample. So let's use this. And for data, I have created a another interface. Let's call it a identa. So we can create it like this. So you can look this JSON. Under data we have ID, email, first name, last name, and a waiter. Same I did. ID is a number, email is a string, first name is a string, last name is a string, a waiter is a string. So I made it of a specific type. Now page is a number like this. Page, per page, total, and total pages all are numbers. And idata is of a array type. So you can see there could be many users. So I made it of a array type. So previously I was using it in the same file, so I thought to create a separate file. Now how we can use it? uh, Get observable iuser. I'm going to use this interface iuser. So I have to quick fix add import here. Now this is how I can call my API. Now I have to call this method in my component. So I already did, but I will show you the steps. So I'm just going to comment it. So I explain you step by step. So first thing I thought, let's call this method on ng on init. So what is the meaning of ng on init? It is a life cycle hook, and for life cycle hook, I already had created a video. So you can follow that video to understand what exactly is life cycle hook. And I'm going to show this thing to you as well. So this is my YouTube channel where I'm posting all the latest videos. So six videos you can see I have created for React, one for Vue.js. I will be continuing in coming days for React and Vue. So for Angular side, there are 52 videos already loaded. So you can see one by one, and then you will have a clear understanding of Angular. So this was my video number 36 tutorial, and in which I had explained about the life cycle hooks. So now what this ng on init do? So now I have to use implements on init like this, and quick fix I can implement the interface, but I have already done it, so I'm just going to uncomment it. Now what I did here, first of all I had to call my service in constructor private service, and this user service, and this user service is coming from here, so that I can call this get users method. Next thing is on ng on init, With the help of RxJS observables and subscribe, I'm going to get the data. So I will show you what I did here. User iData. So iData is again from, I can call it from here like this. So why I made it iData? Because I am going to extract only this part. I will ignore page per page total pages to use it in my template file. So you will be seeing error. Okay, that's okay. So what I did here, this dot service dot get user is nothing, it's just a method. And then with the help of a subscribe declared a variable here res, and let's print it. Let's try to print out it. Console.log res. Okay, so in console we can see like this. We are seeing everything coming from the API, but we need to extract only data part. So I will console data, and I will store it in this variable as well. This dot user is equal to rest data. So we can use this users in our template file. So you can see the your data. So now what I'm now next thing is template part. So in template part, I have copied this dummy HTML from the get bootstrap. We already had installed bootstrap in our application, if you remember. So I can show you in my package.json file as well. So there might be bootstrap somewhere. Let me search. Line number 24, bootstrap 5.3.3 we had installed, and now we are going to use it. So I copied this dummy structure, and whatever we want to display, we can show in our screen. Now this is user list, this is just a static content. So we need ID, email. Uh, okay, this is okay. Next is email, first name, last name, and divider. Now we can use ng4 for displaying the content in our screen. So I am going to delete this one. So we have to use star ng4 is equal to let user of users. So user is nothing, it's just this variable. Now user dot id. So hopefully it will work as expected. Yes, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Similarly, next is email, first name, last name, and avatar. You can see email, first name, last name has been displayed, and a waiter we can use TD like this. We can use MGSRC is equal to like this, and here user dot awaiter. So hopefully it is going to give me a error, or it will, yeah. So you can see, so this is how we can create a list with the help of Angular in uh, with the API. So if it doesn't look good, then we can restrict the height, restrict the width to, let's say, 60%, and text align center. Uh, it's not working. So align is equal to center, and width is equal to, let's say, 66%. So I hope, what happened? It is not working. Okay, so let's make it like this. Style is equal to width 66% or something. Okay, we can keep it like this for now, because I'm not concentrating on the CSS part. I just want to show you how can we call the API and use in our template file in Angular 19. So here you can see the list of users, and that's it for today. So this is how we successfully learn how to make get API calls using Angular 19 with the help of services and display the data in the UI. If you found this video to be helpful, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more Angular content. So see you in the next